Today we will talk about 4 simple ways to master your self-discipline. So first of all, I would like to ask, what is self-discipline in your opinion? Bruno also shared that self-discipline is a code of conduct or rules that you respect yourself. Anyone else have any other ideas? Some people may say that self-discipline is the art of self-control. It's the way to control yourself. Okay, yeah, but if any one of you, any other people have any other ideas to share, feel free to write it down, okay? Okay, so the point is like, why do we have to master self-discipline? Why is so important? In your opinion, why it's important? This is a great question, because today we're talking about to master it. It means that it's very important to master on it, right? But why? We have the star diagram here. Okay, and then this is a discipline. And why this in the star diagram, why the discipline is on this location or on the head of the star. And if we think that this star is like a human body, so discipline actually is on the head. So it's a kind of like the most important part of the body or the head, okay? Yeah, so Daphne shared that self-discipline is self-fulfillment. Interesting definition. And you know, today, while we're waiting for everyone to also share, I have the exercise to share with you as well. So Nari said self-control is the main key for self-development or to achieve other qualities. Okay, thank you very much, Nari. Okay, so today we also have this exercise that is concerning your life, the ways that you can improve your self-discipline. In this sense, yeah, self-discipline can be considered as a part of self-control. Can be considered as a part of self-control. And if you look at this diagram, why discipline is here is for the head of the human body, because actually we're driven by discipline on many things. So when you have discipline here and you develop respect and patience, you have a half of your body. A half of this body can also relating for you to be accomplished some any other stuff. Okay, but first of all, I will focus mainly on the self-discipline. Okay, so if you look at this one, you will see that discipline can start from the very early morning, or also can start from the night or bedtime. Some people said like your day start when you sleep, because if you have a good night's sleep, you tend to wake up fresh. Okay, so if you have discipline to sleep early, not to just chit chat around, not to use the social media, you let go everything and trying to take a rest, and you have a quality and quantity of good sleeps. So it seems like you will wake up early, wake up fresh, and you will be fresh for many things in life. Your thoughts will be clearer, you know, your speech will be mindful, right? And your action may be righteous, or your action will be also mindful, and you can make good decision. So if you can start your discipline with the bedtimes and also with the wake up times, most of the time you will have time for exercise. And actually exercise in the morning, by many research and studies, it seems that exercise in the morning is better than in the evening. Because in the evening, the body that is used all the day is starting to feel a little bit exhausted. They're starting to kind of like slow it down. Okay, so actually the best time to exercise is in the morning, and for the fresh air as well, right? So to exercise, it means that you need to wake up quite early to be able to have time to exercise. And exercise will also help you to be fit and firm. And many times when we have time for that, we can also have a good breakfast or a good meal, right? So we can choose between healthy focus or tasty focus. Tasty focus, many times it will be something fast, like fast food. Most of the time it's very tasty, but the healthy option may not be that much, right? Yeah. So when we have more times, can choose the healthy focus. And we also have a kind of timely eating habit. So as you can see that it starts from your discipline here. Right now, if I ask you to do this game together, can you fill in? Can you fill in? You can also fill in by looking at this one and put it in the chat box. What time? Okay, here it said that if it's late, it means like later than 10 p.m. Okay, 10 p.m. If you sleep later than 10 p.m., it's considered as late. Okay, which may be too early for some people. So you can write it down whether you sleep early or late. And do you have an idea to change it or not? And maybe you can also share the wake up time. Is it the early morning? Early in the sense it's around 6 a.m. Yeah, can you share with me time for you right now? And do you think you can do that? And if you don't think you can do that, why? Or do you want to know how to do it? I always wake up at 5 a.m. That's cool. Daphne, if you wake up at 5, what can I know when do you normally sleep with your bedtime? Can you also share your bedtime as well as your wake up time? Noor said like I woke up at 7 to 7:30. Bruno said like 5:30. I'm walking and jogging. I wake up at 7. Iman said 6:30. Noor said want to wake up at 5. Free Mind said that she wake up at 4:45. Iman said like she go to bed at around 11:30. The point is like why I ask about bedtime as well as a wake up time. Because if you go to bed quite late and you would like to wake up too early, of course you will not be fresh in a day. And it's gonna be a little bit too much, to do that because you need a quantity. You need a quantity as well as a quality. Quantity of sleep, for me, I think it's around 7 to 8 hours a day. And quality of sleep, do you know how to have quality of sleep? It's like you sleep straight, right? No wake up at night. And you sleep with no dream. Because if you still have a dream or especially nightmare, it will make you feel maybe drained. You feel not fresh at all for that. Yeah. So the point is like, how is it possible if you would like to wake up early, how to sleep early as well? To be able to sleep early, what do you have to do? Of course, tips to sleep early. I'm not so sure that have you ever heard about the body clock? The body clock, it's like it's the clock that tells you the time that each organ functions. And most of the time, if we sleep early, we have many organs that plan to sleep or plan to rest, have a chance to rest. So that will help us to live longer, to live stronger. If you care about your organs, that they functioned by time in a day, there's this fact as well. So the tips to sleep early for us all to improve this, not only to have discipline, but also, first of all, you need to have the discipline for sure. But second, you need to have the ability to let go. You have to let go of so many things to be able to sleep early. If you don't sacrifice the work, if you don't sacrifice the communication, if you don't sacrifice the time that you use with social media or something else, it's hardly for you to sleep early, even though you have the self-discipline already. But if you don't let go as well, it's not possible. But many times with this too, many times people need to have motivation. Do you have motivation to sleep early or to wake up early? As you can see, like if you need to take a very early flight in the morning, you have motivation. So you can wake up whatever time that you are, whatever time that you sleep, no matter, you can wake up because you feel energetic, because you're gonna fly today and because you're gonna travel abroad or something like that. So that's called motivation. But for the long term, it needs self-discipline, not only motivation. But motivation in a long term, it can be that you would like to have a good health, you would like to exercise, you would like to lose weight. So you set your motivation to be able to control yourself or to develop self-discipline in this sense. But at that moment, you also have to have self-discipline together with the ability to let go. Okay, I'm not so sure, but you can share with that whether it's possible for you to start that. Because as I mentioned that if you cannot sleep early here, it's hard for you to sleep early here. And it will connect to the exercise and also eating. Okay, so it's your choice, it's your life. So, and some people may think that, okay, for me, 11 p.m. is not bad, and 7 a.m. here is not bad. But imagine, if you can wake up at 5 or at 4:30, but it's okay, it can be 5 to 7 a.m. It's the most quiet moment in a day that you can do many creative things, the thing that you hardly do at the other times, because people still sleep and you wake up. And this is one of the time that you can meditate. If you are the meditator, it's the best time as well to meditate, because it's a time when you don't have to interact with people yet. You don't have to satisfy anyone. It's your time. So if you can do, because in the nighttime, everyone would like to communicate with you. It seems to be very busy all the time at night. That's why I'm talking about let go. Because everyone would like to chat with you at night. With me as well, that I have to let go. Okay, just close my computer and just go to sleep at a time that I set and don't care about that. And I just go to wake up early in the morning instead, and to clear all other work, especially the content writing that I have to do right now. I also always do it in the morning. And if you read on the many tips for the successful people, they mostly work very much on the important things in the morning. That's interesting. And I encourage you guys to test it, to try, okay, whether it helps. And when you wake up quite early, the time for exercise will not be rushed. And you feel like when you're sweating, your growth hormone kind of like coming out, and you feel really good. You feel a little bit healthier. And when your body feels fit, you will feel a little bit like energized, Yeah. So you can see from this chart that it's the discipline here, right? Yeah. And I will not talking about it today for the respect and patience, okay? Actually, it's also important, so because today we're gonna focus on the discipline, so I will talk about this one instead. I think right now with the COVID-19, we all have problems with financial or economic problems, right? We have many places, we have economic downturn because we cannot trade. We have so many problems, especially our own financial situation. Okay, anyone here that thing that you may have kind of like economic or financial problems because of COVID-19, even in this crisis, you still can accumulate wealth and be able to survive during this period of economic downturn. I've heard that in the UK, it seems like they will face economic downturns that is the most severe in 100 years of history, and it will affect some other countries as well. Okay, yeah. Anyway, I'm talking today, discipline can affect this part of the work and wealth quite a lot. The quality of discipline, okay, it affects a lot on the work and wealth. Work is your career, okay? Wealth is your financial. How and why? This is the quality that will help you increase performance, increase productivity, also creativity. And why? So discipline will affect this. Anyone would like to guess? For the passion, what is passion? Something you love to do. Okay. Passion is what you desire to do or love to do. Okay. Most of the time you understand it that way, right? Love what you are doing. So my question is that, do you think passion is to love what you do or to do what you love? Which one is passion for you? Okay, Nari said like it's the main drive for you to do something. What is the definition of passion for you? Is it to love what you do or to do what you love? A or B? B. A. Okay. Oh, many people for B, to do what you love. Okay. You know, if you do what you love, it means that you are selective, right? But if you love or to love what you do, it means you can do anything. Anything. What do you mean by you can do anything? You can control yourself because you have discipline. You may not like it at the beginning because sometimes you never do it before. And many times you don't have experience in doing so. Why do you know you don't like it? Why do you know you don't love that? If you don't use discipline, if you don't have the quality of discipline in this sense, you hardly know what you love actually. Because many times we have to invest our time and efforts in doing something at a certain period of time to be able to tell that you love it or not. But if you jump into conclusion at the very beginning that you don't love that, by just judging at the very beginning without trying, without putting efforts into that, you may not find any new opportunities. You will not find any new skills. You never find any new ideas. The second question is that, do you think it's difficult to employ or to use the A? Do you think it's difficult for A to happen? Without discipline, do you think A is difficult? To put the love in whatever you do. It will be difficult, right? Yeah, that's why I'm saying right now that if this is the keywords for success in your work and wealth, it's related to discipline. So if you first develop this character, self-discipline in you, you can have the first thing easier than other people. You know, imagine that this is the new world, because after COVID-19, we're not so sure what we're going to face. We have so many new normals, you know, that happening, right? So if you still doing think in the same way? You still think in the same way? You still speak in the same topics? Even though you don't do anything, it seems that you don't do anything wrong, but you're already go backwards somehow. The one who can go forwards is the one who can do something differently, may think out of the box, may speak on some new ideas, on something extraordinary, not the same thing that people usually do. You can be someone who are extraordinary if you being able to have this because you would like to try on everything new. And I would say in the future, we may have a chance to do many things in a new way with the new kind of perspective as well. And to be able to do that, and you're not resist to change, you really need to have this word, passionate, in the sense that you love in what you do, because you don't know what you're gonna do. So many things will come to you very fast and maybe furious, fast and furious in the future. Yeah, and if you're ready to take it in whatever extent, I'm sure you can pass that. And if you not only have passion here, but you also have perseverance, it's when you keep doing that, diligently, you persevere, and you're focused in doing so. And after you finish, you also reflect on it. You would like to improve, to be better. Because nowadays, if we start to improve, other people who still coming up with something new, something better, we of course win. It seems like we are compete with each other all the time, with or without knowing. With or without knowing, I would say. Many times, we don't realize that we are competing. And we don't want to compete, but we are in a competition. And it may be the new world setting or the new normals in this near future because of the COVID as well as technology, I think. Okay, so in conclusion, to develop the self-discipline, you start with what? To have the self-discipline. Anyone? How to develop self-discipline? Thank you, Daphne. Yes, it's the mindset. If you have the growth mindset, not the fixed mindset, at the very beginning, that's the kind of entry point, a good entry point for you to develop the self-discipline. Besides mindset, what else you can do? When you start to have a good mindset towards yourself, towards everything that you do, consistency, growth mindset, yeah. I mentioned that, right? Encouragement, yeah. Besides mindset, what else that you could do? I would say you need to have motivation in doing so. At the very beginning, before you can sleep early or to wake up early, you need to have motivation. Remember, I'm talking about the take an early flight. Yeah. And after you have motivation, you need to have commitment to yourself. But that's also up to the motivation. Okay, the first is like the mindset that, okay, I would like to be a successful person. I would like to develop self-discipline. You need to have the mindset first that, okay, you have a positive thinking of having these characteristics to support yourself towards the success. So this is a mindset. But second step is that you need to also set your motivation. Why do I have to do self-discipline? Oh, because I would like to do this and that. I would like to lose weight. I would like to exercise because I would like to be a good content creator. I have to practicing it. So I have to wake up early because of this, to do this, blah, blah, blah. So you need to set your motivation of doing something. And after that, you have commitment in doing it. And this exactly the discipline. Okay. But also after you have commitment or you have discipline, I say at the present, in that present moment, even though you already have commitment, but you have to take action, you have to really let go of something else to being able to do another thing. As I mentioned, to be able to sleep early, you have to sacrifice, you have to let go of something, one activity to do another activity, to sleep early, right? Yeah. And after you let go, you kind of like being able to develop self-discipline, right? Kind of, but you also need repetition. You have to keep doing, okay? Keep doing it until it becomes your habit. You need repetition. Once you become your habits, you cultivate this good habit within yourself. It's hard for you to lose it. But if you do not have this number 5, you don't have this repetition, you may have short-term discipline. For example, you can wake up, okay, can sleep early and wake up early for a period of maybe 14 days. Okay, especially in the retreat, okay, in Thailand, the training, we ask people to wake up at 5 a.m. and sleep around 9:30 or 10 p.m. Okay, you can do it for 14 days, but go back home. You don't do that. You don't do that. You go back to your normal routine. So you lack this repetition. So your discipline in doing so is not continuous enough. It's not continuous enough for you to being able to develop the real habit of wake up early or sleep early. That's because even though you have mindset, but you don't have motivation anymore. That's why you don't have commitment. And you don't let go of any activities that block you, that hinder you to sleep early. You see? Does it make sense, this step? You can share with me, and you can also argue, okay? Let's take it like, it's not a kind of like a fixed theory, but I think it's also from experience of doing so. So we come up with these 5 steps, and if you don't agree, of course, there's no right and wrong. Any questions, or is it very clear?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, because self-discipline is something that need time and needs like some efforts and needs like certain steps that we can, in order to really master it and reach to a point where we can really satisfied with the result and reach to that area of our life that we really love whatever what we do. But in between, in the process, we might have some struggles or I would say obstacles on the way to reach to the self-discipline. So how we can make it easier for us, I mean, in terms of not blaming or is blaming ourselves that we are not reaching there, or is it kind of like normal that we sometimes like fail to reach there, and Is it like
Yeah.
100%? It's not like I want like 100% guarantee, but yeah, is it like something that we can somehow can be really certain that we can reach there whenever we practice? Or if we fail in between, is it that normal that to fail in between and continue from that step exactly, or starting all over again?
You will fail most of the time in which steps? Nesreen, in your opinion, which steps?
So maybe in the commitment part, it's
Mhm.
hard. Like it's really like the most difficult one is with the commitment. Like
Okay.
how you can commit to this. Maybe you can do it for 1 week and then you can go back to the old habit and then you
Yeah.
can start all over again. I don't know if the mind can see it.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, can
Yeah.
see it the same every time.
Yeah. For me, it starts here. It's not in the commitment. It's in the motivation. You don't have enough motivation to carry on
Okay.
because you may not see the benefits of it, or you not see pro and cons of it.
Okay.
You see the pros, but you don't see how the cons will affect your life badly.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't see this clear, you don't have motivation enough to make commitment. You don't talk about commitment because you already failed at the motivation, and
So
you can fail.
motivation comes first.
Everyone can fail.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. But you know, if you fail, but you still continue,
Mm-hmm.
you don't give up. You go back. When you fail, you go back to the motivation once again, asking yourself, why I have to do this?
Mm-hmm.
What will benefits me? And if I fail to do it, what will happen to me? And many times, you know, we experience by ourselves
Mm-hmm.
that, okay, it's harmful if we don't do this and that, something like that. It may not be the word harmful, but it will hurt you, or it will give you some disadvantage, you know, in life or in work or in some certain things that maybe you really feel you need to, you will be able to motivate yourself once again because you see the drawback. Okay, I would say drawback, yeah, from not doing, and from that. But it depends on this loop, how many time it is, depends on you.
Mm-hmm.
But you can decrease this loop with meditation. Meditation will help you to be able to bounce back after you failed easier and faster,
Okay.
because it will help you to have wisdom, to be able to tell yourself about this benefits and drawback.
Mm-hmm.
Once you see this one clearer, then of course it's help with the motivation again. And when you have motivation, you have commitment, you can let go and you keep it repeated and then become a habit.
Mm-hmm.
That's why in all the quality in life, you need meditation plus with habit development. That's why it's go hand in hand all the time. Meditation will help you when you fail, because many times like you need willpower, you need encouragement, but the best encouragement and the best willpower, the best drive is by you, not by other people,
Mm-hmm.
because they may not know what you plan for yourself. They don't know what your commitment. So this is going to be my answer.
Yeah, so knowing the why we want to do this, and if we don't do this, what will happen? I think, yeah, it's gonna be the before we start. So it comes before the commitment, setting the motivation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. But because that's I assume already that you have a good mindset as a basic. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all for me, and see you next month. Thank you very much for today. Thank you so much. Bye bye.